Guys, that was great. I just love being in in these pizzerias with everybody. They're sharing their secrets with us. Remember, it's not necessarily about that recipe. It's more about the process and those variables in your pizza equation to get your pizza where you want it to be. And next up, we have a prime example of that. Joey at Folks in Costa Mesa. Did I say it right? Hopefully I did. So Joey, if you're there, why don't you turn on your video? There he is, my friend, your friend, Joey. I will
What's up,
let you
guys?
guys just, hey, just doing the dance, buddy. I'll let you guys have at it. I'm coming. I'm soon, Joey. I'll be down there.
I'm waiting for you.
All right. Nicole, you still hanging out? What are you doing? Get out of here.
Yep, I'm still here. I'm gonna come down and have some pizza sometime soon and some of that amazing salad.
Nice. Waiting for you.
Joey Booterbaugh, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing, Noel?
Thanks for zooming with us. We've been
Yeah,
doing some
my
awesome
pleasure.
classes together. Sourdough, next one's on May 11th. Shameless plug. But
Yeah.
before we get to that, let's get going over here. I wanted to just give you a little props. We've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
We worked the same line together in Santa Monica, probably 13 years ago or so. It's been that long, right?
Yeah, it's been
And
a while.
then I like that. I just kind of like the way these relationships kind of like come together, and then when you leave, and then you see somebody somewhere like at the farmer's market, and then you kind of rekindle. Before you open, folks, we went down to the gas company together, and we were trying out a bunch of different ovens. Right? You remember that?
Yeah. We were testing out the Montagues and the Marsals.
Yeah, well, we tested out all the ovens before. That place is like the Noah's Ark
It's
of gas
unbelievable.
equipment, right? Except instead of 2 of everything, there's like 10 different ovens, 10 different fryers, 10 different griddles. I love that place.
Yeah.
So
it's the best place I've ever been to test equipment by far.
I heard a rumor they were going to be opening again. I cannot wait to start taking my clients. Big shout out to Gina and Will. When you guys come back, please let me know. I cannot wait to come back and show off all the beautiful stuff that you have there.
Yeah.
So thanks to SoCal Gas for being a sponsor. Thanks to Gina and Will for always being so supportive. Melissa as well. So Joey Booterbaugh, what are we going to do today?
We're making a sopressata pizza that just came out of the oven, actually, if you want to take a look at it.
I do want to take a look at it.
Peek at it? Okay, so I've got it on a rack right now, but
wait a minute.
Should I finish it?
Yes, you should finish it, and then we'll cut back to the beginning.
Okay, so a little dried oregano, a little bit of our house chili oil.
Beautiful. Look at that. I love how you char your pizza. So you're using, while you talk,
sir.
I'll just ask you a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of oven are you using?
Marsal SD448 double stack.
Excellent. Now, why did you choose that oven?
The refresh rate is unreal. It keeps up with the volume we do really well. So that would be the main reason. It also has really good top heat. So the bottom heat is great, but the venting on the sides of the oven gets a great char on the pizza. Yeah, it's
you get a great char on the pizza. It's not the oven, but the oven helps, right?
Yeah, the oven definitely helps. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Justin, who we were just talking to, he has 4 decks. How many decks do you have?
2 decks.
Wow, you do a lot of pizza out of 2 decks, don't you?
We do. Yeah, busy night. We'll do anywhere from 160 to 185 in a 4 or 5 hour service.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You still make all the pizza there, right?
I still make all the pizza. Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful thing. You work the pizza station.
I work the pizza station. Me and one other guy work it pretty much every other night. Every night. Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah.
So let's see here. There's so many places we could start. Where shall we start, Joe?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I said there's so many places that we could start. I want to know. I want to kind of take people back to the beginning. Why did you get into pizza making? You were a chef living the high life.
Yeah, it's my passion. It's what I love to do, right? So I love to cook in general, but bread making and pizza making, fermentation is just kind of what I fell in love with. So, I ran other restaurants that had nothing to do with pizza, but when it came to opening my own spot, I definitely wanted it to be a pizzeria. It's what I enjoy cooking the most. So I figured if I'm going to be doing it a lot, I might as well do my favorite thing, right?
Yeah. So when did you open?
Let's see. We opened May 1st of 2019.
May 1st of 2019. And then when COVID hit, I've got a lot of questions. What changed? What changed?
Delivery just went. Obviously, delivery was, or I'm sorry, not delivery, but takeout. So our takeout just went through the roof, obviously, because we couldn't do dine in anymore. So the people who were used to, having our full service and dining in with us, came back to support us, but through takeout. So that was the biggest adjustment. And then once we've had kind of a few waves of COVID now, but once things opened up and we were able to seat 25% and 50%, then it's a balancing act, where because we're a full service pizzeria. We have 60 seats, servers, the whole nine. So now we're at a point where we're just balancing how much takeout we can do versus how many reservations we have. So, on a Friday or Saturday night, we have 100, 120 reservations plus, the phone's ringing off the hook for takeout. So we just have to find our balance for how to make as many people as possible happy. So our rule of thumb is, we're always going to have pizza for dine in. And, every night we end up cutting takeoff, not every night, but the very busy nights, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, we end up cutting takeout at about 6:30. Maybe 7 o'clock at the latest, depending on how many takeout pizzas we have. So, if we sell 180 pizzas, 120 of them will go to dine in and 60 of them will go to takeout,
So let me get this straight. What time do you start taking orders?
4 o'clock.
So by 6 or 6:30, sometimes 7, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. For takeout. And then, cause we just have the reservations stacking up, and, the thing is our reservation system, you can still make reservations for seats that are available, an hour before you come. So it's always changing. The amount of reservations we have is fluctuating. I'm always, the servers are updating me every 15 minutes on how many more reservations we have to go. I'm constantly counting my pizzas, making sure that, I have enough to cover every reservation. Because obviously you don't want somebody to show up at 9 o'clock at night and say, sorry, we don't have your pizza that you came for. So yeah, we end up cutting takeout. We do as many pizzas as we can for takeout, and we cut it at a certain time. But we have a full rail at takeout by 4:15, 4:30, and then we just kind of go from there.
So before you even open your dining room, your rail is full and you're at full capacity.
Right when we open the dining room, there's already 5, 10, 15 tickets shooting out of the machine. So by 4:05, there's always 10, 15 tickets, and then, it just goes from there. And then, we start seating at 4 o'clock also. So, the quote times for takeout pizzas get really complicated because, we have 100 reservations, but we also save room in our restaurant for walk-ins. So, the servers, we have a system. It's a little bit complicated, but it works pretty well for us on giving quote times. But it's an ever-changing thing. It's definitely not a black and white issue as far as, a quote time is this every time. It really changes throughout the night.
Unbelievable. So
yeah.
I want to go back to sourdough because I think that's actually a really important component in your pizza equation, if I can call it that. So one of the things I love about teaching with you is that you really break it down for people, right? If somebody wants your meatball recipe, you got it. If somebody wants your dough recipe, you got it. You're pretty much an open book, right?
Absolutely. I don't see any reason not to tell anybody what I do. It's really not especially with the pizza dough, it's flour, water, and salt. Using a sourdough starter, everybody, it's pretty simple from a recipe standpoint, but really building a relationship with your dough that takes years and years to develop. That's where the value, that's where the good pizza really comes in. So, I can give you a recipe, but it's going to take you, unless you're really good at what you do, it's going to take you a while to catch on.
Well, you better be careful because I was looking at the roster for the last class, and we were about 50% professionals, and I knew most of them. They were in New York, they were in San Francisco, they were in Portland. I mean, people are paying it. Why do you think people are paying attention to you lately?
We put out a unique pizza. The way it looks is unique, so nowadays everything's on Instagram and, there's photos, everybody's looking and going, oh, I want that. And, so good photographs, good pizzas. They're unique to folks. We definitely strive to put out pizzas that when you look at it, you go, oh yeah, that's a folks pizza, So, I think that's important nowadays. And, I think for me, never having worked in a pizzeria, always running restaurants that had nothing to do with pizza, I have a very unique view on how to make pizza. And I have a very, just a unique way of doing things. It's more of a restaurant way than a pizzeria way. I like, we always talk during our classes, it's I've kind of figured everything out, but I haven't really been taught by anybody necessarily other than you. And I never had that pizzeria experience. So everything I do is unique to folks. And at the end of the day, I think we put out a unique product because of that.
You know what I think is also really unique is that you're using a lot of the same products as other people are using. You're using the Marsal ovens, you're using King Arthur flour, you're using some flour from Orlando Foods as well, a little bit of Caputo here and there. You're not even using the Bianco di Napoli sauce. You're using the old school di Napoli, right?
I like this the whole peeled San Marzano style
there you go.
di Napoli tomatoes. To me, those are where the flavor is at. Those are my favorite as far, everything here is flavor, right? That's what every single thing we do is, how do we get the best flavor out of the product? And for me, when I taste test those tomatoes, those are my personal favorites.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then as far as King Arthur flour goes, just an amazing, consistent product that I know I'm going to be, putting out a consistent pizza every single day. I don't have to worry about the protein percentages fluctuating like crazy, or, the fermentation tolerance on the Sir Lancelot is amazing. It's great for sourdough. I couldn't imagine using anything else. I don't think I'll ever even think about switching. It's just what I use,
Yeah.
It's a great product.
One of the things that's awesome is that we've been talking about pizza, and you call me and I call you, we compare notes. And it's funny that like we took different paths, but we kind of arrived at very similar pizzas in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
But what's so fascinating about that, and this is one of the things that I preach, is that you got to have good ingredients and you have to have good recipes, but it's really the process that's the difference between your pizza and somebody else's. Whether it's sourdough or the exact temperatures and times that you ferment stuff at, I think it's really beautiful. And I love how when somebody sees your pizza, when somebody sees Justin De Leon's pizza from Apollonia's, a mile away, they know what it is, right?
Exactly. That's the goal, right?
I mean, I'm a music guy from way back when, and when you hear Miles Davis on the trumpet or Thelonious Monk play two notes, and you know who's playing it, with all those people playing trumpet, it's like that. I mean, a million people make pizza. How amazing is it that somebody can look at yours and be like, that's got to be Joey's?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the goal, and I hope that's what's happening every single day. We have a very loyal following at this point, so I'm really, really happy about that.
Awesome. Justin, is it time already? What are you doing?
I'm trying to keep this boat on the show. I told you that was the nature of the bee's knees.
I'm trying to have a conversation with Joey, and then you're just busting in with your big blue bell.
Noel and I fill 15 minutes pretty easily.
We fill 4 hours pretty easily too in your advanced class.
Kidding me? We're all passionate about it, and it's easy to talk about something you love. I just got to say, Joey, one of the things that we talk about the theory. I talk about the phyllo dough, and that's not puff pastry. That's the philosophy of what we do, having that foundado to build upon. But I really love what you said, having the relationship with your dough.
Yeah.
I just think that's something. It's not about a recipe. It's about that process and the method that you find to get the product to where you want to be, and you want to share it with people. And I know you're crushing it, and I want to come down and hang out.
We'll see you soon.
Very soon. So, thanks so much for hanging out with us, bud.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it.
Maybe you can hang out for a little bit on the old chat and answer a few questions if anybody has some.
Definitely. Thanks, Justin. Joey. Thanks, Noel.
See you soon. All right, bud.
Thanks, Joey. You're the best. Yeah.
That was awesome.